All right, so here's Chris Jericho went on BJ Shea's show out there in Seattle. This is how it went down.
We just don't want another Opie and Anthony thing. We're just trying to make sure we understand each other because I don't want to piss you off unintentionally.
Oh, yeah, or intentionally, like that guy. That guy was an idiot, man.
Well, no,
absolutely.
Our problem is Jim Norton's a really good friend of ours, so that's...
Pause it right there.
Oh, Jimmy, you're an idiot.
No, but or intentionally, right there, as many times as I explained, I did not know Chris Reeve was a friend of yours. And I explained it nicely. I said, I'm not trying to be a dick. That's the conclusion he drew. Fuck him. Ooh. No more Mr. Nice Guy. I would rather have him sitting... Seriously, I would rather say that to him while he's in the studio. That is the conclusion he came to, or intentionally. Hey, sorry, I'm not a part of a business where I cut my fucking head with a razor and smash people with chairs. Sorry, I don't have the entertainment integrity that you do in the business you're in. Sorry, I don't blow myself up in a limo. And, hey, that's funny. Again, unless, of course, you're a soldier in fucking Iraq who's been killed by a car bomb. Then I guess not so funny. You want to go down that road with humor? You will never win this argument.
Why are you yelling at me?
I'm not yelling at you.
Oh,
it really annoys me.
Really annoys me. Like that guy was an idiot, man.
Well, now,
absolutely.
See, our problem is Jim Norton's a really good friend of ours, so that's why we sure as heck can't go on the side, and we think you're a good guy and you've been good to us too. So we're in a tough position where we got two guys who we have a lot of respect for who kind of don't like each other right now.
I'll just tell them not to make paraplegic jokes and we'll be okay.
Yeah. It was a quadriplegic joke, first of all. All right? Big difference. And why, again, you see, don't make paraplegic jokes. Okay, fine. But in wrestling, you can, and speaking of paraplegics, no one has ever imitated my job and smashed themselves through a table in a backyard, like backyard wrestling fans do. Mm-hmm. No one has ever emulated what I do and hurt themselves or injured themselves terribly.
Sucked little children's dicks, but...
Well, that's true.
You know. You want to hear more of this?
I've heard it already. It doesn't matter to me. I was just pointing out, like, that's how he starts out.
It was just such a crazy experience. The room just went black when all that stuff went down, but it was fun. You know, that what makes exciting radio. It's better than answering the same questions over and over again.
By the way, I got a lot of respect for you because you're right. It was great radio, and a lot of people don't realize that look, you know, you're doing a show, you're entertaining people, and like you say, you have to answer the same dumb questions all the time when you're on tour. And it was memorable, and I got to be thinking that probably people who may not have wanted to come see you might have come see you because of the whole drama.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, BJ definitely stuck up for me in the situation, which I appreciate. It was nice. He didn't just side with the guy who was on the show.
Well, the thing is too, and I think that Jimmy realized this. Like, I was playing a part too. Like, we're acting and playing a character when you're doing these radio shows because it is fun. I mean, you turn up the heat a bit and people get interested. And it's like, well, is he really mad? Is he really doing this? Like, so that's why
see what I'm saying?
Wow.
Chris, you were mad at me.
Yeah, he was, let me jump in here, Jimmy. He was absolutely mad at you. And then maybe somewhere down the road he was playing a part. I don't know.
Right.
But I'll tell you right now, he was as mad as they come, man.
And this is what I meant when I was talking about what pissed me off. It wasn't that he even got mad at me. It was that, it's like, come on, Chris, stop saying that you're playing a part because I didn't pretend I was playing a part. I was pissed off. But... you're not playing a part. You were angry at me.
He didn't want to come across and say that he was pissed.
Yeah, it's like, why not just admit that you were pissed off? It was a genuine thing. You understand what I'm saying? It's like you can't have it both ways. Oh, I was pissed off. Oh, no, well, he was an idiot for saying that, but I was playing a part. No, stop trying to have such control over the way you behave. Stop it. You were pissed off. It's okay.
I was like, well, is he really mad? Is he really doing this? Like, so that's why people liked what I did, whatever it may be, wrestling or acting or with a band or, you know, whatever it is. You're entertaining. It's show business. So that's all part of it.
So am I thinking then the paraplegic line really didn't bother you? You just thought this is how I would be bothered by it? I'm a little confused because I really felt like you were bothered by it, but you're just saying you were just, doing some entertainment?
No. I was bothered by it at first more than anything because I told him not to say anything about it.
Pause it right there, please.
Don't make a bad joke.
Right there, and I said this. What bothered him was that as an alpha male, he told me not to do something, and I did it. And therein lays the problem. I did something he told me not to do.
He told you not to?
Yes. told me not to.
I told him not to say anything about it, and I said, don't make a bad joke. Friends are friends. He still had to say the joke, and I thought that was very disrespectful to me because I told him not to. I asked him not to. Said that Christopher Reeve and I were friends.
See, it's right there. Maybe, I'm not even gonna say he's lying. He's probably just actually not remembering it correctly. It was a week ago. But I'm saying he's probably. I don't think he's intentionally being deceitful there. He did not say we're friends. I said to him, why didn't you tell me? I didn't know you were friends. Mm-hmm. And then he just went, I told you not to do. But he's painting it like I said, hey, Jim, don't do it. Chris and I are friends.
And
then I
you
barreled
blurted
ahead
the line
anyway.
out.
Do you see how people remember things? What bullshit that is? It's bullshit.
Yeah,
I
agree.
It's not the truth.
So anyways, when it first happened and when that was first said, it did kind of bother me. But then when I said whatever I said back to Jimmy, I could tell he was bothered back. So when he was bothered back, that's kind of when I started to stir it up a little bit more. Like he would have said it and then that was it, fine. But when I mentioned what I said back and kind of could tell that his feelings were hurt, that the tables were turned on the shock comedian that's not used to ever having that happen to him, that's when I kind of started needling a little bit more.
Really?
And that's kind of where I was talking about.
Pause this, please pause this. I'm not going to listen to this fuck. Really? The shock comedian who's not used to going up against the wrestling brilliance of you? Do you understand I have been fucking going back and forth with Patrice and Colin and Keith and Bobby and fucking brutal guys like that for a long time? Do you understand that? What do you think? You're the first one to ever say anything unpleasant to me?
He got you.
That's what is driving me nuts. And the shock comedian, what was so shocking about that line? Again, that's your perception of comedy. I don't look at it like it's shocking at all. You know what's shocking to me? That you need to entertain people, so what you do is you hide a razor blade and you slice your head. That to me is shock entertainment. You slice your head and then smash another human being with a chair. Gee, I don't know. The shock comedian? What's so shocking about my dumb line when you have to fucking cut your head with a razor and hit people with a chair to entertain them? No, I wasn't used to being up against such a tough warrior. Gee, I've never had that before. Somebody say something unpleasant.
How about making a joke about paraplegics, aside from being maybe in an occupation where people are made paraplegics constantly and then just thrown to the wayside when it happens?
What I'm saying, and I'm not knocking wrestling. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that at all. But to have that fucking elitist attitude about something because I said something you don't like, when you do that to entertain people, and the way wrestling parodies everything. Mm-hmm. They make fun of everything. They make fun of retards, the two black guys that are criminals. They fucking goof on everything in wrestling. Midgets, they've been making a living teasing midgets for 25 years.
Yeah, but it's kind of really starting to lay it in thick. And I could tell that we had struck something that was a little bit different than the norm. Let's work with it for a bit.
All right. I think BJ finally explains your side of this to him.
Yeah. But here's what I'm saying to you, Chris, because you're an entertainer, and this is where I get aggravated at people who are in the business of entertaining. This is what Jim Norton is supposed to do, and I don't think if you're an entertainer, you're selling your book, you want people to interview you. Those guys have a job like we have a job to put on entertaining radio, and I think you took it too personally. And I think as a guy like you, who's as professional as you as an entertainer, I think that was a mistake because this is what Norton does. And this is what we all do to entertain. I mean, it was a funny joke.
It wasn't a funny joke. It was a bad joke. And
I disagree with that.
But comedy is comedy. It's the beauty in the eyes of the beholder. And the point is, you see, I think we're on two completely separate wavelengths here. In the fact that, I mean, you're taking a stand for Jimmy. I've done O&A like 10 times. Opie and Anthony are great guys. I love the show. We've had some ridiculous experiences. I've never met Jimmy Norton in my life. I didn't even know who he was. I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm just saying, listen, when I sit down with someone, I'm coming to Opie and Anthony's studio as a guest of theirs, having a great time. When he said that, it was like, well, listen, it's kind of a little bit disrespectful. When I just said, please don't say it.
But Chris,
first of all, I'm not angry he didn't remember, like, because I was here the last time that he came on the show, which is fine. I mean, guy does a million interviews. That's fine. I mean, I'm not familiar with his wrestling either. I know who he is, but not his career. But that's the fact that you're ignorant of what goes on in the show is not my problem. Like, you're ignorant to the day-to-day workings of the show doesn't mean I'm going to change what I do. I don't understand where you're coming from with that.
I think BJ continues here.
I'm just telling you, Chris, so to give you insight to the business. Us radio guys.
I know the business, man.
But we hate it when someone comes in.
Just as you have.
I'll tell you, I
hate smart-ass radio DJs who think they own the damn world, dude. We're having a conversation and discussing things. I don't even know, like, is Jimmy Norton, are you like, his lover or something? What's the deal?
Now, I want to. Now, Chris, here's the thing. Now, you just taken a shot at me, and I've been very respectful to this.
You have not been.
Of course I have.
You have not been respectful.
What have I said? What have I said that's disrespectful to you?
Wow.
What have I insulted about your career, about your book? Have I said anything at all about you as a performer? No, I have not.
Yes,
I just
you have.
What did I say? No, I don't know if I can talk to you anymore. I don't know if I can talk to you anymore because I'm not disrespecting you at all. But you know, Chris, I think you take things way too personally, which is probably why you got into that whole thing with Norton in the first place.
Wow, bravo to my old friend BJ Shea.
BJ Shea is a nice dude, and even said to him, "I respect you as an entertainer." I think he took it too. He's not attacking Jericho. This is a guy who is so used to having his ass kissed and having everything he does. He's just used to a man who's used to being listened to and dictating what other people are going to do.
Yeah, and when you pull those shenanigans. I told him.
Oh my! Did you fucking hear that shit? And then he says, "I told him, me and Chris." You did not say that, dude. And when I said you should have told me that, you said I shouldn't have to.
Yeah, that never works well with us when you say.
The joke was
I told you
funny.
not to go down that road.
He might not have found it funny, but it was a funny joke.
And it wasn't even that rough a joke.
No,
it really wasn't.
No, I've heard you do much worse on the subject.
We got the final clip here.
I'm done.
Will you let me finish? When the thing with Norton was done, Opie and Anthony were totally like, we love having you. You're a great guy. Please come back. That was great radio. That was like our little thing on Opie and Anthony. Yeah, but you saw it on the video camera or whatever it was. It wasn't the Jimmy Norton show. It was the Opie and Anthony show.
All right, fair enough.
Okay, and Opie and Anthony were on my side, or not on my side, anybody's side. Opie and Anthony were very respectful, as they always have been. Jimmy Norton, I don't know if he's a guest host on the show. I don't know if he's on the show every day. Is he just another guest?
He's a member of the show, yeah.
Okay, but to me, I'd never seen him. They never explained anything. It's the Opie and Anthony show. Now, if Opie or Anthony were talking about it, it's a different thing. And they wouldn't say it either because they're respectful of their guests.
No.
Okay, there's another
Jimmy Norton show, he can say whatever the hell he wants.
Okay, there's another lie.
Hey, Chris, we do have to run, and you know what? I think you make some good... No, we do. I mean, we have to, but you make good points.
Another lie, then. Okay, so it was the Opie and Anthony show. They can say what they want, but I thought the problem was that it was a bad joke. So I hope somebody else can at least understand the horse shit he is spewing about this.
Yeah.
All right, well, we should get...
well, that'll make a few wrestling message boards, and then people will bash you.
Who cares?
And,
I don't give a fuck.
I know you don't.
But let him.
Let's go get Chris Jericho back on the phone tomorrow or Wednesday.
If he wants to come on, yeah. I would love to hear that explanation. It's the Opie. I understand that. It wasn't like I took over the interview. I'm not a wrestling fan. I said very little about that. Mm-hmm. And after this is what really annoys me, and Opie and Anthony were very respectful. Afterwards, I even talked to him and said I would never have been disrespectful about your mother if I had known. I was not trying to do that. I was very cool with him about that. I was not arrogant or a douchebag to him in any way, shape, or form. But he doesn't mention that. Ugh. Sorry I didn't listen to the alpha male. Sorry.
Let's say hi to Shane in Tennessee. Shane?
Hey, boys, how are you?
Good.
Jimmy, I don't think it was just the point of it was a bad line or anything, because it was a good fucking line. The thing is, I think that he just got mad that he told you not to do it. The little guy smarted off to him. What shit he could do about it, so he got his panties in a wad, and he just can't get over the fact that a smaller guy said, you know, what you did say to him. There ain't shit he can do about it. He's not used to that. He's a cocky fucking jock like they were in high school, and when you smarted off to him in high school, they could beat you up. Not anymore. This is the fucking real world, so he can go fuck himself.
He's probably wrecked guys like you.
Of course he has. Of course he has.
He's a fucking douche.
And the problem...
Frankus.
And again, it was, yeah, you're right. That's exactly what it is. He has wrecked guys like me. Of course he has. And he could now if he wanted to. I'm not coming off like I'm standing up to Jericho. Believe me, if he wanted to smack me in the face, I would shut my mouth. I'm not an idiot.
Let's go to...
I don't want to see that, because I couldn't help.
I don't either, and I wouldn't expect you